guys, you are not seeing me, right? Because of the some problem on this light, and it is broken. If I just turn off this light, you can't just see me. You can't see my face. So I'm sorry, guys, but I will have to not turn on the light. So, have you watched this video? Where scholars havoc for creating a war in Nepal from 1816 to 1818 AD in English state. This is the flag of East India Company. We are going to learn part 1 of this video because there are still 2 parts. One is the Anglo-Nepal War, causes and consequences. It was from Anglo-Nepal War series part 1. But today we are going to make part 2 after 1 month, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to make videos from part 1 of health that we have done in digestive system, and in the digestive system that means we are going to do the next part, that is respiratory system, but I have not been able to perform that video and post it on my YouTube channel. Only today I am going to do the last part and the second part of Anglo-Nepal War. You already know the rules. You already know it. At the last time we have read about the causes and consequences during Anglo-Nepal War, and today we are going to read about the bravery of Nepalese heroes. It's the story of Anglo-Nepal War, Nepalese bravery. Anglo-Nepal War starts. So it's actually from 1814 AD. That means 1871 BS in Nepalese date, and it ended on 1816 AD May 3. That means Phagun, something like that. Phagun 1872 BS. So now that we have learned about the causes and consequences before that video, now let's read about the Anglo-Nepal War bravery of Nepalese people. Balbhadra Kunwar in the War of Kalanga-Nalapani. About 4 miles northeast in the present city of Dehradun in India, and on the way to Mussoorie, there is a place called Nalapani. Balbhadra Kunwar has built a fort here at an altitude of 500 to 600 feet, which was called the Fort of Kalanga. During the Anglo-Nepal War, Major General Gillespie and Colonel Malby, along with 3,500 strong troops with 11 cannons, attacked the fort at Kalanga from 4 sides, whereas there were only 600 Gorkhalids, including youths, women, children, and aged people. On the night before attacking the fort of Kalanga, Major General Sir Robert Rolls Gillespie sent a letter to Balbhadra Kunwar asking him to surrender, to which Balbhadra Kunwar replied, "I'm not in the habit of reading letters at midnight. I'll meet Gillespie soon." Saying this, he had torn up the letter. The very next day, the English troops attacked and fired cannonballs at the fort. In reply, Nepalese men as well as women inside the fort counter attacked with bullets, arrows, and rocks. Lieutenant Ellis was leading the British troops, was hit by a bullet fired from the Nepalese side and was killed. The British soldiers were depressed by the Nepalese attack. This led Major General Gillespie himself to advance towards the fort with his helmet on one hand and a sword on the other. He too was killed in the battlefield by a bullet fired by the Nepalese soldiers. A total of 266 people were killed and injured on the British side. The English troops could no longer face the Nepalese troops and fled to Dehradun. After having defeated the English, Balbhadra sent a letter to Kathmandu requesting for help, but a troop from Nahan, which had come for help, were blocked on the way by the English troops. The English troops attacked the fort of Kalanga for the second time after much preparation under Colonel Maui. The Nepalese troops counter-attacked with stones and rocks. Even the English captain, Mensitat and Princess praised their bravery displayed by Nepalese women in this war. They even bore bullets on their chests, trying to cover up the holes made by the cannonballs. At last, the English cut off the water supply to the fort. Not able to withstand thirst and the stench of corpse, Nepali women and men at last emerged from the fort with bare swords in their hands on 13th November 1814 AD. Keep in mind, without caring about cannons and bullets, they were to the nearest river where they quenched their thirst and moved on to protect other fort at Jigrad. But before they moved, Balbhadra roared at them. It was impossible for you to conquer the fort, but now I am leaving it on my own will. The English was stunned and admiring the bravery of Balbhadra and his handful of soldiers. They erected an inscription which this is inscribed as a tribute and respect for our gallant adversary, Balbhadra Kunwar, commander of the fort, and his brave Gorkhas. The more explanation will be given on the inscription of Nalapani on the very next picture. This is Kalanga Fort. This is Sir Robert Rolls Gillespie. So let me read this inscription. This is inscribed as a tribute of respect for our gallant adversary Balbhadra, which will be Balbhadra, commander of the fort and his brave Gorkhas, well afterwards, while in the service of Ranjit Singh, shot down in the ranks to the last man by Afghan artillery. Thank you, Britishers, for kind inscription about Balbhadra Kunwar. Amar Singh Thapa in the War of Malaun Ramgarh. Many Nepalese warriors have played an important role to defend Nepali during Anglo-Nepal War. Among them, Badagazi Amar Singh Thapa was the most prominent one. He was the son of Bhim Singh Thapa. Bhim Singh Thapa was one of the commanders of Nepalese troops during the unification campaign of Prithvi Narayan Shah. He was killed in the war as Palanchok. At the death of his father, Amar Singh Thapa was brought to the palace and grown up on supervision of King Prithvi Narayan Shah. Later on, he was given the post and salary of his father. This system was called Marwat. The name of Prime Minister Bhim Singh Thapa's father was also Amar Singh Thapa. But this Amar Singh Thapa was not the father of Prime Minister Bhim Singh Thapa. As you already know it, the Bhim Singh Thapa's father's name was Amar Singh Thapa, but he's not the warrior. Many people still get confused. Amar Singh Thapa, who is known as Living Lion, played as a major role in the conquest of Baise and Taubise Rajas. He extended the western border of Nepal up to Sutlej River. During the Anglo-Nepal War, Amar Singh Thapa was in charge of the western border of Nepal. On the other hand, Sir David Auchterlonie was in charge from the British side. A year before the war, the sons of Amar Singh Thapa and Sir David Auchterlonie had kept a friendly or military relation. As conditions got worse, Nepal was forced to sign the Sigali Treaty. He was very dissatisfied with his treaty as Nepal had to give 1/3 part of its territory to the British. Frustrated with this, he left his job, went to Gosaikunda and started to spend a hectic life and breathed his last there. Maybe this guy, Sir David Auchterlonie, wasn't such a bad guy because he had also teamed up with Nepalese to save this territory. I like this guy. Bhakti Thapa in the War of Deutal. Chieftain Bhakti Thapa was the commander of Lamjung before the unification of Nepal. Earlier, he had fought against the Gorkhas under the king of Lamjung, Keharni Narayan Saha. After the conquest of Lamjung by Gorkha, he joined the Gorkha troops. During the Anglo-Nepal War, Amar Singh Thapa was on the western border of Nepal guarding the forts of Malon. When the British troops attacked on Malon, the whole western side of Nepal became insecure and Bhakti Thapa, a 7-year-old commander, was sent to protect Deutal by Amar Singh Thapa on 4th Baisakh 1872 BS. That means 16th April 1815 AD, Bhakti Thapa, along with 2,000 Nepali army, marched on the battleground armed with scimitars, kukris, and swords. They didn't care about the cannons on the English side. A fierce war raged between the two. Suddenly, a bullet seared his chest and he attained martyrdom. In this war, 700 Nepalese lost their lives, while all except one officer of the ordnance on the English side were killed. Major Auchterlonie waved the cross of Bhakti Thapa in a dosola in Nepali and handed it to Nepalese with due respect. His last rites were performed the next morning with state honors. He had 2 wives who burned themselves at his fire and danced went sati. Bhakti Thapa had left his son in the care of Amar Singh Thapa before going to the war. By the end of the war, the Nepalese troops started getting depressed while the English troops were victorious. I'm so sad about Bhakti Thapa. And good thing Auchterlonie came to help him. That's nice. Ranajor Singh Thapa in the War of Jaitak. Ranajor Singh Thapa was leading Gorkhali troop of 500 soldiers in the War of Jaitak for the other side of Mahakali River. The British troops of 1,500 soldiers could not capture the Jaitak fort even in 9 attempts, and Gorkhalis defeated them badly. 3 commanders of the British troops were killed there. That's nice. Ranbir Singh Thapa in the War of Parsa Makwanpur. Ranbir Singh Thapa was the youngest brother of Bhimsen Thapa. In 1871 BS, that means 1814 AD, he was deputed to Makwanpur to command the troops. His troops badly defeated the English troops. After the war, he became the administrator of Palpa and the general of Kalibaks and Sabut's battalion. Later on, he retired as an assistant and became famous as Swami Abhayananda. Ujit Singh Thapa in the War of Jitgad. General Amar Singh Thapa, father of Prime Minister Bhimsen Thapa, was the governor of Palpa. After the death of Amar Singh Thapa, his great-grandson Ujit Singh Thapa, son of his Nayan Singh Thapa, became the governor of Palpa. During the Anglo-Nepal War, Nepalese troops under his command has defeated the English troops badly, which was under the charge of General Wood. Ujit Singh Thapa's bravery will always be remembered in the history of Nepal. This is the map of Greater Nepal. As you already know it, I am going to show you the 6 Nepalese people that have defeated English troops so badly that they set their Nepal's land. Only a little bit, but still, they are still remembered in the history of Nepal. And this is the story of Anglo-Nepal War.